Yo, what is up, Kingdom Hearts fans? It's your boy Mozzie here, finally bringing you guys another video for Kingdom Hearts 3 speculation. Today we're going to be speculating, is Master Eraqus and Xehanort going to be at the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 3 as playable characters? So are we essentially going to be getting Eraqus versus Xehanort? Now we do know something like this happened in the past, and I do have a few points that I actually wanted to put out for you guys. So a lot of people have been speculating whether or not we're going to be playing as Xehanort or Eraqus. Now of course, Kingdom Hearts has definitely been a game to throw you into the hands or make you be the character that's specifically the light character, just so that way you can get that type of feeling for it, because of course you can do a lot more with keeping that ominous feeling and keeping, you know, everything so much more detailed by using the dark characters as the villains and the characters that you don't necessarily play as. And it makes a lot of sense that they do this, because characters in the darkness have a better allure and a better chance of building up a lore inside of a series than the character of light, because of course they're always just going to be trying to do what's right. So definitely I feel like we're going to be playing this Master Eraqus in that regard. I really felt like that wasn't even really a question, because of course when we get to see the trailer between young Eraqus and young Xehanort, we actually see Eraqus talking about how you know, the light isn't as, you know, dim as the darkness, and that it has more to it than that. And of course, who else would show us the possibilities with the light than Eraqus himself, the character that was corrupted by the light and the character that showed off that he could use his light, whereas other characters really can't. So let's go ahead and get into the next one. The next one is Eraqus versus Xehanort in the past. Now we do know something like this did happen back when Master Eraqus and Master Xehanort were still, you know, little pupils. Eraqus wound up passing the Mark of Mastery test first, if I'm not mistaken. When he passed the Mark of Mastery test, he took up the Land of Departure from their master, who could have potentially been the sixth foreteller that didn't get a piece of the Tome of Prophecy. So he's not necessarily a foreteller, but he was one of those apprentices. And when he took up that spot, Xehanort left, because of course I guess he felt like he should have been the person to take up the Land of Departure. He left, and over time he became the person that we know him as, the Seeker of Darkness. And when he came back, he actually revealed to Eraqus that his plans was to release the Keyblade, or bring the Keyblade back, and bring Kingdom Hearts back, starting a new Keyblade War. When this happened, Eraqus decided that he was going to strike down Xehanort, and when he decided that he was going to strike down Xehanort, Xehanort wound up scarring him for life, and that's why we get to see those scars on his face, and that's why he doesn't have any type of real, you know, I guess you could say leeway with the darkness. Of course, even with his favorite pupil Terra, he decided that, yo, if you're gonna be in the darkness, or if you're gonna like try and use the darkness and stuff like that and manipulate it rather than get rid of it and push it down and keep it swept under the rug, then of course I'm not gonna make you a master. And even at a certain stage, he decided that he would strike Terra down, even though what he was doing felt right in his mind. You know, from our perspective, it was him trying to take Terra out, just because of the fact that, of course, so much darkness was in him that he felt like he would never listen to him. So he decided, you know what, you're just going to have to share Ventus's fate. And the next one is Terra, Ventus, and Aqua's pre-Birth by Sleep flashbacks. Now, if you remember, in Birth by Sleep, we actually got a few flashbacks that showed off when Eraqus actually took up Ventus as an apprentice. Of course, we got to see certain stages of them actually training, and I feel like, of course, since we've already played Birth by Sleep, there's no reason for us to go into Birth by Sleep again inside of Kingdom Hearts 3. That would definitely be illogical. But what we definitely should get is those events to where, of course, maybe it's Eraqus training Aqua, Terra, and Ventus, you know, probably going up against them in some little friendly sparring matches just to show them how to use the Keyblade and things like that. And another thing about this as well, and why this will be a good for Kingdom Hearts 3, is that it will give us a chance to learn certain things, learn, you know, the different tutorials, because of course Master Eraqus actually had these certain abilities that we never get to see other characters use. Like, he could manipulate Lux and turn it into enemies, and he could do certain things that we never really get to see. And of course, Eraqus will be the best character that we haven't gotten to play as yet, that could potentially show off, of course, Keyblade transformations, that could show off possibly even attraction flow. He could probably show us that as well. He could probably even show us the new flow motion, because we didn't get to see him do too much, especially with Ventus, Terra, and Aqua leaving the Land of Departure, before we really got to see what all can Master Eraqus do. But we did get to see that he did have a lot of Lux within him, and his light is strong as hell. Like, when he fights, you can see his light like shine out of his body, and that's how strong his light is. And I definitely would love to see Master Eraqus as a fully playable character. Now, the The reason why I don't believe we should see too much of Xehanort outside of the little match that they have, or the little fight that they have, is because, of course, when we get to the ending of Kingdom Hearts 3, we need it to be consistent. You know, we need Xehanort to be this overpowerful beast. We need him to be that beast that he was when he fought Ventus, Terra, and Aqua, and when he struck down Master Eraqus. We need him to be that beast, and I definitely don't want to have him as a playable character, and then, of course, in certain cutscenes, he doesn't seem like he's up to snuff compared to what he's been built up to be thus far, because playing with him as a playable character, of course, they're gonna try and make it seem like, you know, they want you to have an enjoyable experience while you're playing as young Xehanort. So they're gonna give you certain moments to where you start to kind of like the character, even though Xehanort is a likable villain. Don't get me wrong, he's a very likable villain. They're gonna make it to where they want him to feel like, you know, he's a character that you can really play as and relate to, and I don't want that from Xehanort. You know, I want Xehanort to stay that badass that he is, that character that every time we get to see him, we know some shit is going down, because Kingdom Hearts and Tetsuya Nomura and Tayasue, the two writers for these games, they've definitely done damn well at keeping Xehanort at that level that they keep on putting him up there to be. Anytime we get to see Xehanort, he's always outsmarting everyone. He's always he's like miles ahead of everyone when it comes to what's actually going to be going down. I mean, the events of Kingdom Hearts ever since Sora's time, Xehanort planned all this shit out. So definitely I feel like, you know, they shouldn't put us in the hands, or put Xehanort in our hands and try and make him into a likable character. But what do you guys think? Go ahead and hit up the comment section if you have any ideas, any thoughts on this whole topic. It was a short topic that I started to see go around in the community, and I wanted to hop on it before, you know, I wouldn't say necessarily anyone else did, but before, you know, it kind of get oversaturated, if you want to say. So this is being your boy Mazia. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It helps the channel out a lot. And don't forget to do a little A-class gaming, and everything you do, don't forget to keep it A-class. And I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace the heck out, Kingdom Hearts fans.